We might not even get to watch in our lifetime.
No, 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 no!
That's insane! Still on. 172, 173, 174.
3 hours later.
The collection. It's often thought about and discussed for various reasons. Today, I'm thinking about something in particular. Am I collecting for myself, or am I collecting for the numbers to compete for the ultimate collection? I see so many posts on social media with people posting the pictures of their extraordinarily large collections, and it got me considering a few things. Are we collecting to our own personal tastes, or is it turning more into a numbers game? The competition to see who has the most impressively large collection. So I thought I'd take a look at what my collection currently looks like. At a rough estimate, across all my shelves and various places my DVDs and Blu-rays, Laserdiscs and 4K are hidden around the house, I bet I'm close to, if not already, it's about 1,500 movies. 1,500 movies! Now I know I've got a fair-sized collection, but it kind of shocked me, and it got me to thinking about the numbers. Now, I'm no mathematician.
How do you like their math?
But I've worked out that if I manage to hit one movie a day, then it would take me a little over 4 years to work through my entire personal collection. But with my current schedule, I'm lucky if I hit 2 or 3 movies each week, which means it would take me 9 or 10 years to watch every single movie that I have in my personal collection. Up to 10 years.
10 years, man! 10!
With movies I already own. That's not including all the new movies on the streaming services, all the new movies being released in cinemas or on Blu-ray. That's just from my current collection. That's insane! So why do I do it? Why do I need so many in my collection when I struggle to keep up with all the new releases coming out? Why do we all seem to compete online to show who has the biggest collection when we're unlikely to find the time to ever watch them all again? I think a lot of us perhaps get drawn into the reason for picking things up and keeping hold of them is because they may not be available anywhere on a streaming, or you may not be able to pick up that title again in the future. But with such a large collection, do I really need all of them? Does the volume and the size of your collection really matter to you? Do you see other people that have large collections and just have that impulse to compete and to join them, do better with your own collection? I mean, I'm cracking on a little bit with my age now.
Shut up!
I've always joked that at least I'll have a good collection for when I retire. But then, those nasty little thoughts crop into my head. What if I don't make it to retirement? What happens to my collection then? Did it all really matter? And who has to deal with my slight hoarding? Putting it into context of numbers, it makes me think, do I really need to keep hold of all of these titles? And perhaps how much I can limit these down and still have a good collection. I think some of our collection is very fear-based. That fear that if you sell that one specific title, that sometime in the future you may or may not get that sudden urge to watch it again. And what if in 7 or 8 years' time, if it's not available streaming? It's that fear of missing out, that fear of not having something that seems to feed our collecting habits. Is that a good way to collect? It may be that you don't really like that film that much, but what if you want to try it again at some time in the future? You need to keep it, right? For the numbers, for the collection, it's the ultimate collector's conundrum. How much is too much? And if we clear anything out of our collections, will we be able to access them again in the future? Is there a number of titles that I'd be happy with in my collection? And how much is too much? These are all questions that are whizzing around my head around my collection and my collecting habit. Now, I'm slowly trying to limit my numbers in the collection for a more curated kind of collection, but every now and again I'll pop on social media and I'll see someone's huge library of movies, and I get that slight twinge of jealousy and wonder, should I start building a bigger collection again? But really, there's just not enough time for everything. Even if there is, a good percentage of the time I actually find a movie that I want to watch on streaming. I'm so lazy that rather than digging out my Blu-ray or 4K, I'll just watch it on streaming. That's just ridiculous, right? I mean, how many of you actually do that too? So why do we need the numbers? The answer is, I don't really know. I think we all like the hint of nostalgia some of these movies bring to us. I think a lot is fueled by that fear of missing out, which is that a good enough reason to fill our homes and our living spaces with such huge numbers of movies that we might not even get to rewatch in our lifetime. Should we even be competing with others for the numbers in our collections or the volume of titles that we actually own? Are you happy with the size of your collection? Do you want bigger? Or do you feel like you've perhaps gone too far with your collecting? Let's chat about it in the comments below. I'm interested in other opinions on this subject and let's get discussing. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you want to join the discussion, and until next time, if you enjoy discussing collecting movies and your own personal collections, then you can find a playlist with more content just up here. Also, if you haven't already, then there should be a subscribe button popping up right about now. Yeah. That's insane.